The night it happened, there was a storm warning. I was home alone because my parents were stuck out of town. The power went around 9 p.m. It was pitch black, except for the flashes of lightning every few seconds. I lit a few candles, grabbed my phone, but of course, the signal was terrible. No Wi-Fi, no data, and barely one bar. The wind outside was insane. I could hear trees creaking and something banging against the side of the house, probably a loose piece of siding. I tried not to think about it, just stayed in the living room scrolling through old photos on my phone to distract myself. Then I heard the front gate creak open. I froze. It always made a metal screech when someone opened it, so I knew it wasn't the wind. I went to the window but didn't see anyone, just shadows moving from the storm. I sat back down, trying to convince myself it was nothing. But a few minutes later, I heard footsteps on the porch, slow, like someone was walking back and forth. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to open the door, but I didn't want to sit there either. I turned off the candle and crouched behind the couch. I could still hear the steps. Then, 3 knocks. Not loud, just soft and spaced out. I held my breath. Didn't knock again, but I swear I heard breathing right on the other side of the door. Eventually, I got the guts to crawl to the back room. I stayed there for maybe 2 hours, just listening. The storm started to calm down, and it was dead quiet. When the power came back, it was around 2 a.m. I ran to check the cameras. The front porch camera was off, no feed. But the backyard one was working, and in the middle of the storm, around 9:30, I caught something walk past the back fence. Just walking, in the rain, no umbrella, no jacket. Didn't come to the door, but they were out there. I didn't know what they wanted. I never saw them again. But I still check the camera every night now, even when there's no storm, just in case. It was storming really bad one night, and I was home alone. My parents went out of town for the weekend, and I didn't want to go with them, so I stayed behind. At first, I thought the storm would just be heavy rain and thunder, nothing new. I was on my phone, watching random stuff, when the power went out. At first, I wasn't too worried. I grabbed a flashlight and went to the kitchen to get snacks. The wind outside was so loud though, like it was shaking the windows. But the weird part was, I started hearing banging, not thunder, not wind, like something hitting the side of the house, over and over. I peeked out of the front window, but couldn't see anything. Everything was pitch black outside. Then, I realized it wasn't just some random banging. It sounded like someone was trying to open the side gate. I thought maybe the wind was slamming it open and shut, so I went to check the back door to make sure it was locked. It was. I checked the side window too, and I swear, for like 1 second, I saw someone standing by the gate. Just standing, not moving. I froze. I didn't want to believe it. I told myself it was just my eyes playing tricks on me with the lightning flashes and all. I went back to the living room, tried to stay calm. Then I heard it. Footsteps on the porch, slow and heavy. My heart was beating like crazy. I sat on the floor, behind the couch, trying not to breathe too loud. I kept waiting for something, anything to happen, but it never did. Eventually, the storm calmed down, and the power came back a little later after 3 a.m. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, when it was bright out, I went to check the porch. There were muddy footprints, big ones, and they didn't belong to me or anyone I knew. The gate was wide open. I don't know who was out there or what they wanted, but I never stayed home alone during a storm again. One night, during a bad storm, I was staying over at my cousin's house. Their place is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, like trees everywhere, barely any street lights, and the road leading up to it is just dirt. We thought it'd be fun, like cozy vibes and scary movie marathons, while the rain poured outside. Power went out just after midnight. We lit a few candles, pulled out snacks, and chilled in the living room. The thunder was loud, but we were kind of used to it until we heard what sounded like a knock. Not from the front door, this was from the back. My cousin looked at me like, "Did you hear that?" And I did, but we didn't move. We figured it was just a branch or something hitting the house. It was normal during storms, right? But then, there was another sound, like someone trying the back door handle, slow and careful. We didn't want to go check. We just sat there, dead silent, listening. Then, we heard something even weirder. Footsteps inside the house, like coming from the hallway, but we were the only ones. We grabbed something to defend ourselves. I had a metal flashlight and started moving slowly towards the hallway. But when we checked, no one was there. Everything was exactly how we left it. Doors locked, windows shut, nothing was broken or open. It freaked us out, but we tried to shake it off, thinking maybe the house was just shifting from the wind or something. Around 3 a.m., the storm started to calm down, and we both tried to sleep in the living room. Next morning, we went outside to look around. The weird part, there were muddy footprints on the back porch, bare feet, and not ours. Just one set leading up to the door, but none walking away. We checked the cameras, but they weren't working because of the storm. We still don't know who it was, but the whole thing felt too quiet, too planned, like whoever it was knew the storm would cover their tracks.